Hey there, curious kids! Welcome back to Curious Kids HQ. Today, we're going on a magical journey to create our very own enchanted terrarium. This little garden in a jar will bring a touch of nature and wonder to your room. Ready to make some magic? Let's get started. Once upon a time, in a cozy house surrounded by tall trees and blooming flowers, lived a young nature lover named Mia. Mia adored spending time in the garden, watching the plants grow and listening to the birds sing. One rainy afternoon, as she sat by the window dreaming of sunny days, Mia had a brilliant idea. She decided to create a tiny, enchanted garden that she could keep indoors all year round, a terrarium. Mia's excitement grew as she gathered the materials she needed: a clear glass jar with a lid, some small stones, activated charcoal, potting soil, and a selection of small plants and decorations. With everything ready, Mia couldn't wait to bring her magical garden to life. First, Mia carefully placed a layer of small stones at the bottom of the jar. These stones would help with drainage, ensuring that the plants wouldn't get too soggy. As the stones clinked softly into place, Mia imagined them as the foundation of a tiny kingdom, ready to support a world of greenery and wonder. Next, Mia sprinkled a thin layer of activated charcoal over the stones. The charcoal would keep the terrarium fresh and prevent any unpleasant odors. As she worked, Mia thought of it as a protective shield, guarding her enchanted garden from any harm. With the foundation set, Mia added a layer of potting soil, making sure it was deep enough to support the plant's roots. She gently patted the soil, feeling the cool, earthy texture beneath her fingers. It was like laying down a soft, welcoming bed for her plants. Now came the fun part: planting. Mia carefully selected small, hardy plants that would thrive in the moist environment of the terrarium. She chose a mix of vibrant green moss, tiny ferns, and a miniature succulent. With a gentle touch, Mia planted each one, arranging them in a way that created a lush, miniature landscape. But Mia wasn't done yet. To make her terrarium truly enchanting, she added a few magical decorations. She placed a tiny, colorful toadstool next to the moss and a miniature fairy figurine among the ferns. She even found a small, smooth pebble and painted it to look like a ladybug, placing it near the succulent. Each decoration added a touch of whimsy, turning the terrarium into a magical world all its own. With her enchanted terrarium complete, Mia carefully closed the jar with its lid, creating a self-sustaining ecosystem. She placed the terrarium on her windowsill, where it could receive indirect sunlight. As the sunlight filtered through the glass, the plants inside seemed to glow with life and magic. Mia felt a sense of pride and joy as she admired her creation. Her enchanted terrarium was not just a beautiful decoration. It was a living, breathing world that she had brought to life with her own hands. Mia couldn't wait to share her magical garden with friends and family, and she knew they would be just as enchanted by it as she was. Inspired by her success, Mia decided to share her adventure with other curious kids. Here's how you can create your own enchanted terrarium, just like Mia. Materials needed: a clear glass jar with a lid, small stones or pebbles, activated charcoal available at pet stores or garden centers, potting soil, small plants such as moss, ferns, and succulents, decorative items like tiny figurines, toadstools, or painted pebbles. Instructions: 1. Create the foundation. Place a layer of small stones at the bottom of the jar to help with drainage. 2. Add activated charcoal. Sprinkle a thin layer of activated charcoal over the stones to keep the terrarium fresh. 3. Add potting soil. Add a layer of potting soil deep enough to support the plant's roots. 3. Pat the soil gently to make it even. 4. Plant your garden. Carefully plant your small plants in the soil. 4. Arrange them in a way that creates a beautiful miniature landscape. 5. Decorate. Add tiny decorations to your terrarium to make it magical. 5. Use miniature figurines, toadstools, painted pebbles, or anything else that inspires you. 6. Seal and place. Close the jar with its lid to create a self-sustaining ecosystem. 6. Place your terrarium in a spot where it will receive indirect sunlight. With your enchanted terrarium, you'll have a magical garden that brings nature's wonder indoors. Watch as your plants grow and thrive, and let your imagination wander through the tiny world you've created. As you care for your terrarium, imagine all the stories and adventures that could unfold within its tiny landscape. Just like Mia, you have the power to bring a touch of magic and nature into your home. And that's the story of how to make your very own enchanted terrarium, curious kids. Keep exploring, stay curious, and always let your imagination bloom. Until next time, happy adventuring.